What is going on, everybody? No, your eyes are not playing tricks on you. That is the tree up in the corner already on September the 29th, and it's actually been up probably for a couple of weeks now. So yeah, we don't have Christmas trees right now. We actually have a fall tree. Let me see if I can get this in here for you. Yep, my wife wanted to decorate the tree, get it up, have it decorated for the fall. Yeah, that's my wife. She's the same one that decorates for Christmas. She actually puts up a Christmas tree in the room with my mounts and taxidermy, and decorates a wildlife tree in there too, so she gets all into it. So anyway, while those steaks are cooking on the grill, I figured I would share with you guys a little bit of what has happened to me here in the past few weeks. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you about a blessing that's happened to me. Alright, so while I'm out here enjoying this beautiful weather this afternoon, I figured I would show you guys something. I know the camera's backwards, but you can kind of get the gist on it. We're playing around with some ideas for some t-shirts. I know you saw it in one of the other clips there too. And you'll see the back of the shirts here and further on into the video. But I want to tell you guys a little bit about what has happened to me recently. So I was involved in an incident at work. A lot of you know that I am a police officer here in North Carolina, and we got called to investigate suspicious person and was injured. Actually in a all-out brawl with a guy. He was suffering from a mental episode. He was paranoid schizophrenic, high on drugs, and we ended up having to fight the guy, and I hurt my arm, ended up going to the doctor of that, and turns out that it was I messed up my rotator cuff and have a pinched nerve in that right arm. So with that said, figured my bow season was over. I was unable to draw my bow back. So there is a Facebook page that I'm on with a bunch of good guys on there, and I'd made mention of what happened, and we were discussing hunting and everything, and those guys actually took it upon themselves, guys and girls on the site, and actually took up a donation and purchased me a crossbow to get me back in the woods. And it was a very nice crossbow. I will showcase that a little bit and show you, but totally unexpected. They blew me away. They bought me a wickedridge crossbow, which is made by 10 Point. It's a wickedridge Invader 400 scope package on it, illuminated scope package, bolts with the illuminated knocks as well, some Rage crossbow, hypodermic broadheads, lube rail, you name it, discharge target. They purchased all of that. Spent quite a bit of money, and wanted to surprise me. And it just so happens the day that they did this, it was National Thank a Police Officer Day, and I wasn't aware of that until it happened. So man, you talking about a surprise. That was just phenomenal. But I took it up to Cabela's, and they purchased online, had it shipped to me, and I took it up to Cabela's. They actually assembled it for me there. There's an older gentleman there, works in the bow shop, named Brian, at the Cabela's in Garner, North Carolina. Super nice guy, and he assembled it, showed me all the features of the bow, took me back to the range, let me shoot it a little bit, helped me get it dialed in, and you talking about just ecstatic. I was ecstatic. I couldn't stand it. I think I got in the woods that afternoon. But I'm gonna show you guys a little bit about the crossbow, and hopefully I'm gonna get in the woods this afternoon whenever those steaks get cooked. So I'm trying to help out with supper, trying to get that pre-cooked before the wife gets home, so I can climb in a tree this afternoon, hopefully. Stay tuned. All right, y'all, this is it. This is the Wickedridge by 10 Point. It's the Wickedridge Invader 400. This crossbow actually has the AccuDraw system that's built into this. The easiest way to explain this is it is a crank system that's built in so that you do not have to have any other type of cocking device for the bow. But this one here, you would actually take this here. It's got an engage, a disengage. If you flip that, it allows you to loosen this. You basically would take this over. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to hold this at the same time, but basically you would hook it on like so. It's got a handle that's built into this. You take it out, insert it here, and you basically would crank that back up. When you crank it, it takes this and it draws it all the way back. When it does, when this is on fire, when it draws it back through here and it gets into the proper position, it automatically will flip this to the safety position and it's good to go. The mount, or I'm sorry, the scope system that's on here is actually very clear, crystal clear, and it's got an illuminated reticle on here that you can select here. You can change it from green to red. And I'm gonna take this back and loosen it back as well. But on this on here, obviously it still has the stirrup that's built into it. It comes with 3 bolts as well, but they actually purchased some wickedridge bolts that are a little bit lighter. The Crossbow is rated for 400 feet per second, but I did a lot of reviews on it, and it was a lot of people were saying that they were getting closer to 390, and then by going with a little bit lighter bolt, you were actually in the mid 390s, actually closer to 400. And of course we went with the Rage hypodermic broadheads, specifically for the Crossbow. These also have illuminated nocks on them. I've already tried them out. I've actually found that if I leave them out just a little bit, that they stay off, and just as soon as the Crossbow bolt shoots it, it will actually activate it. So it's actually really, really clear. Give you another angle here. And I'll show you guys here in a second. She's super accurate, screaming fast. Safety off. Alright guys, so I wanted to kind of finish the story as far as the blessing that I was given. I told the guys I was going to figure out a way to pass it on, and that's exactly what I did. I took my bow, my compound bow, and I actually gifted that to somebody that I work with. Gave him full setup. He had been discussing hunting with me. He wanted to get together, and or not get together, but he wanted to begin bow hunting. He had started shooting his friends of his, and they were letting him borrow his to, you know, kind of target shoot and things like that. And the more he talked about it, the more I kind of made up my mind that's what I wanted to do. So I ended up kind of tricking him and showing him the bow, letting him see it and hold it and everything, and just ended up gifting it to him, and hoping he's going to kill a deer with it this year. That would be just another blessing on top of it. But just I felt obligated by, I guess, just by God, I guess, just to, it was put on my heart to bless somebody else the way that I had been blessed, and that's exactly what we did. So I wish him luck. I hope that he kills a monster buck this year, and well, I hope I do too with the crossbow that was given to me. So if you're blessed, remember to be a blessing to somebody else as well. All right, everybody. We are headed to the woods. September the 29th. It's a very good possibility that we could get rained out. It's very cloudy. But I go back to work tomorrow. I only had one day off after work of the weekend. I had to work yesterday. So I wanted to try my best to get in the woods today. right, so we're here. I don't want to do a whole lot of talking before we get started. This video segment is brought to you by Coke Zero, only if you want to endorse me and pay me a whole lot of money. Okay guys, so we are actually going to try to slip into the stand back this way. It's a right good ways in there, a couple 100-yard walk, so wish us luck. We'll check back in once we get into the stand, and hopefully we'll get some good footage for this baby this evening. Everybody, so we are in the woods and we're trying to be as quiet as we can. I'll give you a little glimpse of what I'm looking at right now, but it's super duper quiet. I can actually hear the cars going up and down the highway miles away. Could have been a squirrel. Stand by. So back behind me where I saw 4 does about 50 yards back behind me there the last time I hunted in here. It's very possible they could come out here. They look like they were coming out from that direction, feeding that way. But anyway, I'm hoping that they're going to come through here and actually feed out. I've got my trail camera over there, so they have been using that trail to come in and out as well to the corner of the field. That cornfield is out in front of me, so we're hoping they're going to feed out to the field and give us a shot if they come through, but it's very possible they could move early. So it's very possible they can move early today, as cloudy as it is, with that front coming through. So, fingers crossed, you guys stay tuned and hopefully we'll be able to get it on film with our little handy dandy setup here. Stand by and wish us luck. Alright, so as you can see in the background, it is still daylight. And if I sound like I'm out of breath, I am. I heard the rain coming across the woods, so I snatched all the camera equipment, threw it in the case, threw it in my bag, shot down the tree, and made a run for it. And as I was coming through the corn, I could hear the rain behind me. It looked like something out of a movie, but so much for hunting today. I did get to go in the woods, so it's not really a negative. So didn't get to hunt yesterday when it was pretty. They were calling for rain yesterday and they ended up not raining, and so it's a washout this afternoon. As you can sort of flip this around for you, yeah, it's raining. Alright, so you guys stay tuned to the next video. Hopefully before gun season comes in, I'll actually get to hunt more with the crossbow and maybe get a kill on camera. That's the goal anyway, but hey, this stuff happens. It's hunting. It's not the first time I've had to outrun a thunderstorm, and when I say a thunderstorm, it is lightning popping and everything else. So hope you've enjoyed the funny video at my expense, because I'm drenched now. So thank y'all for tuning in. Stay tuned to Akali Outdoors for the next video.